Don't do the same year over again and expect a different result. Going into every year, we've got the best of intentions to finally make the changes that we want, to achieve our goals, to get the breakthroughs that we yearn for. And we make our goals, we set our intentions, and we create a plan. And we may do well with it for a while. But eventually, either we fall into old patterns and distractions, or we get frustrated because the results that we want aren't happening like we had hoped they would. We're smart, we're capable, we're hard workers, and we're good people. So what is it really that hinders us from achieving our goals, from living the life of our design, and from building and enjoying our dreams? The life of freedom, fulfillment, impact, and abundance and enjoyment that we were created for. That's just not some pie in the sky thing. God created us for that. And the reality is that most of who we are and what we do is determined by our past programming, our patterning, and our conditioning. So all this time in your life, you've been convincing yourself that you're the opposite of who you really are, and you've been hiding your magic. You've been diluting your power. You've been locking up your potential and your possibilities because you're programmed and habituated to survive, run by your survival brain. Our earliest childhood experiences are imprinted deep within us. And as we grow older, it's these earliest experiences that, as much as we hate them, as much as we don't want to live them all over again, we unconsciously recreate them in our lives. And within every one of us are habits that trap us in the cycles of misery, pain, frustration, lack, and self-destruction. And at some point early in life, we're given these messages, or we receive messages, and we had experiences that programmed us with a limited perspective. So we live a much smaller, harder existence than the one that we were created for. And we live in the struggle and survival of the day-to-day. And we try to transform all of those beliefs and those patterns, that conditioning, those habits with behavioral, environmental, and mindset changes alone. And we believe that changing the outside world and our actions is the key to change. And we don't realize that the power and importance of shifting our identity. Because the bottom line is the greatest transformation in our lives comes from embodying our true self, harnessing God's force within us, and developing strong inner resources to transform into the higher versions of who He created us to be. And then we're empowered and equipped to live the life that we're created to live. So when we start living from the understanding and the embodiment of this is who I am, from deep within us, we can powerfully transform our patterns, our habits, our conditions, and our beliefs, and become that new identity. And when we experience that powerful change deep within, our desires, our abilities, our beliefs, and our habits begin to naturally change. But we get it backwards. We think we have to do these things to have this, to become this. And it's actually the opposite. It's being and understanding who we really are, aligning with that being and embodying that us, and then we realize that we already have access and power in the supernatural to have the transformation that we want, and then we start to see it in our reality. And so then we do from that being and that having that we already have and are. And that's a game changer. And when we learn how to live that way, we get powerful breakthrough without all the struggle and all the frustration. So it's time to learn how to embrace and embody your highest identity and harness His force and His wisdom within you to begin to get the breakthroughs that you want. And then you can experience the change you want, which is much easier and much more miraculous, and happens for us as we change who we are in us. And I'd love to teach you the magic of your design and His power in you so that you can unlock new possibilities and new potential in your life like never before. And that's exactly what I do. I walk you step by step so that you can understand your true identity, harness His power within you, access His wisdom so that the changes that you want and the breakthroughs aren't so hard. Click that button below and let's do it.